I'm going to recap all the Elite Eight matches to the National Championship matches, in particular the Final Four and National Championship. Say, like, which doubles result came first, thus who won the doubles point. Then I'll go over all the singles wins. So, the 16th seed Tennessee defeated 8th seed UCLA 4-3. The 13th seed Texas A&M defeated 5th seed Virginia 4-1. The 6th seed Pepperdine defeated 3 seed Michigan 4-1. And 7th seed Georgia defeated 2 seed Stanford 4-1. So that's already that's a lot of craziness right there with all those upsets already. Now, I'll go over like the 13th seed Texas A&M versus 16th seed Tennessee. So number 2 doubles Carson Branstad and Luciana Perez won first, only dropping one game against Esther Adesina and Lauren Wartburg 6-1. Then Mary Stoyana and Mia Kupras followed suit and won 6-2 over Sofia Cavazos and Elza Tomas, or Tomase, or Tomase. I apologize if I butchered that. While like number 3 doubles Nicole Curie and Jeanette Morales from Texas A&M versus Lauren Ancelada and Catherine Alia were unfinished at 4-all. So which singles match was first? First of all, Mary Stoyana won over Sofia Cavazos from Tennessee 6-1, 6-2. Then Carson Branstein won from Texas A&M against Elza 7-5, 6-2. Thus, it was like 3-0 at the time. Of course, Tennessee didn't want to be shut out, so they won at number 6 singles with Esther Adesina defeated Jeanette Morales 6-3, 6-4. And the last match to be finished was at number 3 singles with Nicole Curran defeating Alana Wartburg 5-7, 6-0, 6-3. Thus, it was 4-1 as the final result. And Mia Kupras, by the way, in our match at number 4 singles was unfinished. At 7-6 as a 7-4 in the first set, a tiebreaker set, and 5-6 in the second set. And Luciana Perez at number 5 singles against Ensalada was 4-6, 6-2, 2-all. So that's that. And now the 7th seed Georgia took on the 6th seed Pepperdine and all this. So okay, the first doubles result was Anastasia Lopata and Mel Riasco won against Anna Campana and Lisa Czar from Pepperdine 6-2. And then Guillermina or Gigi Grant and Maya Nurendorn defeated Nikki Radilick and Vivian Yang from Pepperdine 6-4. So Georgia was up 1-0. And by the way, Savannah Brodus and James Chen from Pepperdine versus Gilmert, Aysegul. Apologize if I butchered that. And Dasha Vidimova was unfinished at 5-6. So that was that. So the first result off the board in singles was Dasha from Georgia defeating Janice Chen 6-2, 7-5. Then it was Mel Riasco defeating Savannah Brodus 7-6, 7-3 in the tiebreaker 6-3. And you don't see Savannah Brodus lose that often. You don't. And then the last result was Grant from Georgia defeated Anna Campagna 7-5, 6-3. So, thus, at number 2 singles, Lisa Czar from Pepperdine versus Alexandra Vekic was unfinished 6-2, 5-6. That's one of them. Nikki Radulik from Pepperdine and Lapata from Georgia was 7-5, 1-3. Unfinished. And Vivian Yang from Pepperdine versus Nurendorn from Georgia was 5-7, 6-2. So, an all SEC final occurred between the 13 seed Texas A&M and the 7 seed Georgia. So who won the doubles point? Carson Branstad and Luciana Perez at number 2 doubles clinched it at 6-4. The first result actually and I was against Grant and Nurendorf from Georgia, by the way. But the first result was Nicola Kieran and Jeanette Morales from Texas A&M defeated Lapata and Riasco from Georgia 6-3. So 1-0 Texas A&M. Though I will say Mert and Villanova from Georgia versus Mary Stoyana and Mia Coopers from Texas A&M. That was unfinished and Georgia was up 5-4. So, and they had to move the match inside after beginning the match outside due to the storm. And you know Texas A&M doesn't have indoor courts just yet, and Georgia does. This did not affect things for Texas A&M at all. They were being aggressive. So the first result off the board, Georgia tied it up with Lapata from winning over Cooperis at number 4 singles, 6-4, 6-1. So that was 1-1. The next result after that was at number 5 singles where Perez defeated Grant for Texas A&M to get that win. 6-2, 7-6, 7-2 in a tiebreaker. So 2-1. The next result was Mary Stoyan defeated Dasha Vidamanova from Georgia 6-1, 7-6, 7-4 in the tiebreaker. So 3-1. And it was literally a battle to see who clinches first. And I'll explain why later. But Nicole Kieran clinched the match for Texas A&M to defeat Mel Riasco 6-4, 3-6, 6-1. So that is their first national championship in program history, and congrats to them on that. And that was the second national championship appearance overall. The first one was a loss in a 4-3 match. So the unfinished matches were number 2 singles Carson Branstad against Alexandra Vekic from Georgia. It was Carson Branstad won the first set 6-2, but Vekic won the second set 7-5. But Branstad was up 5-0 in the third. So even if they didn't get doubles, they would have probably won this match 4-2. That's the way it appeared. Though the only other match that was unfinished was Jeanette Morales from Texas A&M and Nurendorf from Georgia. And Nurendorf won the first set 7-6, 7-5 in a tiebreaker, but Morales was up 5-4 in the second set. Now, all these matches are done. I'm going to go do a roster outlook for each team. And this is players entering the transfer portal and turning pro. And I know for Georgia, they did lose. For Pepperdine and Stanford, they already lost somebody to the transfer portal. And I'll go over recruiting as well. So now for Pepperdine, man, they lose 1, 2, 3, 4 seniors. And it's not including somebody that already entered the transfer portal. That's 5 players. Wow. They're going to have to reload, to say the least. But they do have the number 2 recruiting class in the country, but that's with only 2 players. Expect them to hit the transfer portal. Needless to say. Now Stanford. Yeah, you have like one, two, three, four players that are seniors, but one of them is a consistent starter and all this, and they already lost Elena Yu to the transfer portal. They already did like a true freshman, but she hardly played. As like for the recruiting, they have the number 8 recruiting class in the country and with 3 players. So now Texas A&M. I know they technically would only lose like one starter, and that's Carson Branstein, and what I don't think they make this run without her. I really don't. I really don't. Because if you could tell by the regular season, you know why. I mean, and literally against Georgia, Georgia beat them 3 straight times, but the first two were without Carson Branstein from Texas A&M. She was not even on the roster. Thus, she decided to come back for later on in the season, and the third time was literally her third match to returning to from a pro to college. So, yeah, that's the catch. And I was inside, and I was in Athens, Georgia. And this match for the national championship, there were more Texas A&M fans. There was a lot of Texas A&M fans than Georgia fans, but it was closer in distance and Stillwater. You get the whole point. And I know that they do. Texas A&M does have 2 other seniors, but they didn't hardly play. Let's just be clear about that. So in theory, they could technically return all 5 stars from the national championship team, or technically all 6 if you include all year long. But this is pending transfer portal and players turn pro. Because Mary Stoyana could turn pro if she wants. The same thing goes for Nicole Kieran. And they really just had with Carson Branstein back, they had 3 players that could play number 1 singles. That's how dangerous they were. And clearly they played better. And they only have like 1 recruit coming in next year, but that's like a receiving votes. So that's that. Now UCLA, I know they did lose. They're going to lose their top singles player, Tian Fongaron. She already turned pro. Supposedly she's turned pro. And another thing too, for Mary Stoyana from Texas A&M, what else does she have left to prove? Winning the national indoor title? It's going to be hard enough to go back to back. There's no repeat champion. Now for like UCLA, they do lose like 2 seniors, and granted, some of these seniors might be more of a walk-on type or don't hardly play. And they do have like 2 freshmen coming in, and they have like the number 4 recruiting class in the country now for Virginia. One, two, 3 seniors gone for sure, and they do not have any freshmen coming in right now, but that could obviously change. Same thing goes for transport. Now, I want to go for on the Michigan side of things. They do lose 3 seniors, and that's going to hurt them because all of them were participating in singles and doubles. And it was the best team that Michigan ever had. or possibly one of the better teams they ever had. And they do have 3 freshmen coming in for next year. But let me check if they already were on campus real fast. Yeah, actually, one of them already enrolled, by the way, in Ava Bruno. So they do have like 2 others that's coming on their way. So, but you get the whole point. Now, Tennessee, how many seniors do they have? And I know they have some grad transfers in there. I know they do. Or like players that are in 4th year and they're done. One grad senior for sure. And 4 other regular seniors as well. So, man, that's a lot. And granted, some of it, like one of them might have been like a player that doesn't hardly play. But you get the whole point. However, they do have like 4 freshmen coming in next year, and they have like the number 13 recruiting class. So they already were prepared. Clearly, they had to be. And they knew that day was coming. They were going to have to replace a lot, especially in terms of scholarship players, because you know the scholarship limit, if you don't know already, is 8 players. Now, for Georgia, guess what? They don't lose anybody potentially in theory. So, and I was under a first year head coach, and I know they're going to be very motivated, I would think, for next year if they all decide to come back, because they surely want to finish one more step further. I mean, and they actually add, like, they have 2 more. They have 2 players for the class of 2024, but are they already there? I'm gonna just double check that real fast. And I just wanted to go over like the roster outlook for all these Elite 8 teams here, just to give some context to y'all. And this is pending players turning pro and transfer portal, because you could technically enter still, and it'll last. Okay. Yeah, and both those freshmen coming in for Georgia next year, they're not on the roster right now, so they are going to be deep, and they're loaded for next year with all potential all stars back. So, anyways, if you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button. See you guys later on the road to 600 subscribers. Of course, ultimate goal is 1,000 or more. So my money out this course, like the video, comment video really helps YouTube algorithm so more people can see it. Sharing the video does help as well so more people can watch. And if you're watching and not subscribe, hit subscribe button for the notification bell as well. And the road is 700 subscribers, not 600. If I did say 600, I apologize. It's actually 700. Of course, the ultimate goal is like 1,000 or more. So make money off this, okay?